So just a quick announcement before I go to the next sim. I've screen capped the entire world map, and I've created sort of a symbolic chart to show which sims I've already documented, and I'm going to upload that to my website and put a link in the description box so that anyone who's interested can sort of follow along and see the system that I'm using to document all the sims. So I'll make that available when I've finished uploading these videos. So the next sim on the list is Paradise Isles. Probably a commercial development. It sounds like it. More tree houses, yay! Okay. One thing I'm liking about InWorldz so far is that every sim I think that I've been to so far has at least had a unique terraforming. I know at least with in Second Life there are like sim templates, and so like you go to a lot of sims and the landscaping, or the terraforming I should say, which is like the shape of the land, is exactly the same, which I don't know why you would want to buy a preformed sim, since basically that's like saying that you have no imagination whatsoever and you bought a whole sim and yet you're not like even going to take the time to terraform it yourself. So that's one thing I've noticed, that all of the InWorld sims that I've visited so far, the owners have at least terraformed them themselves, and I think that's worth noting because it does add a lot of unique character to the sim. So yeah, let's just get the bird's eye view here. Pretty straightforward. Got some random buildings over here, some kind of cave. Got your castle, I guess. I mean, it looks like a castle, but it's not like any terrestrial castle I've ever seen. And yeah, some walkways just joining the various island type parcel things. Alright, so I think I'm going to start with the rock cluster over here. I don't know if there's anything actually happening. What's this? Okay, teleport post. Dungeon, prison, second floor. That's good because that actually gives me an idea of what all is here, even if I can't see it directly. I probably wouldn't have realized there was a dungeon unless I saw that post. So it doesn't look like there's much going on in this cave area. This is probably one of the crudest caves I've ever seen. I mean, they're just like balls with textures on them that they don't really even look like rocks. So if I was the sim owner, I would definitely be working on my cave building skills. Or I mean, at least buy a better cave if you're not going to do it yourself. Little bridge there. Here's it. Looks like a good place for me to hang out while I'm previewing the sim. Alright, so once again I'm seeing this strange phenomenon of having houses that are completely empty. Like if you're gonna put a house on your sim, unless it's just for like a village effect, which this of course I would say is, then you should probably at least put the most basic furniture inside of it so that it actually looks like a real house, and especially when there are windows that you can see through. Looks like this is obviously still a sim in construction, so it's pretty typical for the builder to just leave things laying around on the sim, like boards and stuff. That's the kind of thing you want to clean up if you're actually trying to get people to take your sim seriously as a work of art. So it looks like there's a treehouse kind of thing over here. And so far I'd have to say it looks like the owner of the sim has built everything themselves, which is, I've got to give them extra credit for that, because even if they're not like the best builder in the world, at least they're doing it themselves, in which case, you know, that shows that they're dedicated to making their sim a Star Trek, original Star Trek girls. They're at least dedicated to their own unique vision, as opposed to just buying pre-made stuff and arranging them on a sim. So there's a bunch of sex props over here, basically, for like making the avatars do naughty things. A cross, you gotta have and an impalement stick. Gotta have those artifacts if you're gonna run a castle right, because people need to be disciplined. There's the boiling oil, the volcano plume texture. I don't think that's really appropriate, but I can see where the person is going with this. They could at least put a script in there that would have like a smoke effect. That would significantly improve the boiling oil. Huh, that's cool. Lookout animation. So now I'm making sure there's no army invading from another sim. So yeah, castles, definitely a meme. For some reason people love castles. I mean, probably because they're one of the easiest things to build in the 3D world. One of the most that's kind of fucked. One of the easiest structures to build using basic 3D skills. Catapult. What the hell? It's like a mill wheel. Working hard or hardly working. It's the paddy wagon. Jail. In a real castle, those bars would probably be awfully rusty, since yeah, that looks comfortable. Since they didn't really have stainless steel in the medieval days. Alright, the doors don't work, so bedroom. This definitely is a darker themed sim with lots of sadomasochistic kind of aspects. So yeah, anyway, the nicest thing on this whole sim, I would have to say, is this castle wall. And I think it's a pretty nice wall, actually, all things considered. It's hard to do organic shapes with prims, and the architect has done a good job creating a castle wall, believable and even good looking. I mean, obviously, I'm talking in terms of the whole build being average, basically, but it's a good average castle wall. So yeah, interesting yet typical sim. I think I've seen pretty much everything there is to see here. So Paradise Isles. It's definitely a paradise if you enjoy suffering. So one more down.